Have you ever felt that strange sensation, that inexplicable feeling that something magnificent is about to enter your life, yet you can't quite put your finger on what it is or when it will arrive? That sensation, my friend, is not your imagination. It's your soul recognizing the cosmic forces aligning specifically for you at this very moment. Welcome to this sacred space we're creating together today. I'm genuinely thrilled you found your way here. Now take a deep breath with me. Feel that? That's the universe acknowledging your presence here. Your arrival to this message isn't some random algorithm or casual scrolling decision. It's a divine appointment that was set in motion long before you even knew you needed to hear these words. Has this ever happened to you? That moment when you stumble upon exactly what your soul has been searching for, precisely when you needed it most? The cosmic intelligence that orchestrates the stars and planets has been watching you. It's been witnessing your struggles, your perseverance, your quiet moments of doubt when you wondered if abundance would ever flow your way. And now it's responding. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share isn't just another motivational message. It's a cosmic confirmation addressed specifically to you. But before we begin, please hit the like button and let me know where in the world you're watching from today. It's always fascinating seeing who's joining us from around the world. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos. You see, the universe operates through frequency, vibration, and divine timing. And right now, your frequency has reached a point of spiritual readiness that has marked you as chosen. Yes, chosen. Not because you're more deserving than others, but because you've undergone the necessary spiritual preparation, the challenges, the lessons, the dark nights of the soul, all of which have calibrated your energy to receive what's coming next. A significant financial breakthrough is already in motion toward you. I know that might sound bold, perhaps even too good to be true, but what you're about to discover might surprise you. The universal laws of abundance don't follow human logic or timelines. They operate on a higher plane of consciousness where your breakthrough has already happened. It's simply making its way into your physical reality. This selection isn't random or accidental. It reflects your spiritual awakening and your soul's readiness to step into a new chapter of prosperity. Think about it. Why did you click on this particular video at this particular moment? What guided you here of all the infinite content available to you right now? That guiding force is the same intelligence that's orchestrating your imminent abundance. The universe speaks in whispers, in synchronicities, in moments exactly like this one. It doesn't announce its intentions through billboards or skywriters. It leads you gently to messages that your soul recognizes as truth. And right now, it's leading you to understand something profound about your relationship with abundance. If this message about abundance resonated with you, hit subscribe and join our community of conscious manifestors. I share powerful insights just like these to help you unlock your prosperity potential. And I believe that's exactly why you're here right now. You've been asking for a sign, haven't you? Those quiet moments when you've looked at your circumstances and wondered when the tide would finally turn. Those private conversations you've had with yourself about your financial situation, your dreams, your desire for something more. That persistent feeling that you're meant for greater abundance than what you're currently experiencing. This message is that sign you've been seeking. It's the confirmation that your life is at a profound turning point. The transformation you've been yearning for isn't just possible, it's already in motion. The universe operates on perfect divine timing, and your timeline for abundance has now been activated. The journey that brought you here wasn't random. It was a carefully orchestrated path leading you to this revelation at precisely the moment when you're ready to receive it. Think about the hidden truths that govern our reality. The universe doesn't communicate through billboards or neon signs. It speaks through whispers, through seemingly coincidental moments that carry profound meaning. The synchronistic event of you finding this message today is one of those divine nudges, a cosmic tap on the shoulder saying, "Pay attention, this is for you." These quiet synchronicities are actually the most powerful form of communication available to us. Why? Because they speak directly to your soul in a language that bypasses the logical mind and its constant doubts. They feel personal because they are personal, tailored specifically to your journey and your needs in this moment. Behind the scenes of our visible reality, there's an intricate web of energy constantly working to align you with your highest good. Your mindset has been preparing for this shift, even during moments when you felt stuck or disconnected from your abundance. Every challenge you've faced has been strengthening your capacity to receive what's coming next. Every financial setback has been teaching you valuable lessons that you'll soon understand were essential for your prosperity. The decisions you make from this point forward will have tremendous impact on how quickly this abundance manifests in your life. You're standing at the threshold of a major breakthrough, one that will fundamentally change your relationship with prosperity. The universe has marked this moment as significant in your timeline, flagging it as the beginning of a new chapter in your financial story. I want you to understand something profound. This isn't about merely hoping or wishing for better circumstances. This is about recognizing that you've been chosen for abundance because of who you've become through your challenges, your resilience, your persistence, your refusal to give up even when everything seemed to be working against you. These qualities have registered in the universal consciousness as readiness. Now, I want to go even deeper into the mechanics of how the universe delivers this abundance to you. There's a specific frequency that prosperity operates on, and aligning with that frequency is the key to receiving what's already been earmarked with your name on it. The universe has already signed your cosmic check. It's now about positioning yourself to receive it. If you're feeling a powerful resonance with what I'm sharing, write in the comments, "I recognize my sign." Let me know you're understanding the profound shift that's occurring in your reality right now. Let me clarify what it truly means to be chosen by the universe. This isn't about some cosmic favoritism or spiritual elitism. Being chosen simply means you've awakened to a frequency of consciousness that most people haven't yet accessed. Through your life journey, you've developed a unique vibrational signature that resonates with abundance in ways that are deeply personal to your soul's evolution. This elevated state of being wasn't granted to you, you earned it. Think about the transformative challenges you've faced, the ones that would have completely defeated others, those dark nights of the soul, those moments when continuing seemed impossible, when doubt clouded your vision and fear whispered that you should just give up. Yet something within you, that inextinguishable spark of divine potential, refused to be extinguished. That's the revelation most people never grasp. Your difficulties weren't punishments or bad luck. They were initiations, sacred gateways that, once traversed, expanded your capacity to receive. Each obstacle was actually a hidden opportunity to develop spiritual muscles that most never build. Your resilience in those moments literally altered your energetic blueprint in ways that made you magnetic to prosperity. The universe operates like an immense consciousness that's constantly observing and responding. Your persistence through hardship has quite literally captured its attention. Even during those moments when your faith wavered, when you questioned everything, when you felt abandoned by the very forces you're now reconnecting with, you never completely surrendered the belief that something greater awaited you. This mindset, this remarkable spiritual resilience, is incredibly rare. Most people allow their circumstances to define their beliefs about what's possible. They permit temporary setbacks to become permanent limitations. They confuse a chapter of their story with the entire narrative. But you've demonstrated something different. You've shown that your belief in abundance isn't dependent on external evidence, but is anchored in something much deeper. Behind the scenes of reality, this persistence creates ripples in the quantum field. It signals to the universe that you're someone who won't waste the blessings you receive, who won't take abundance for granted when it arrives. You've proven yourself trustworthy through your unwavering commitment to your own evolution, even when that evolution was painful. The impact of this spiritual tenacity extends beyond your financial reality. It touches every aspect of your existence, creating a foundation for blessings that will feel almost miraculous when they begin manifesting. You've been preparing for this abundance without even realizing it, developing the character needed to sustain it when it arrives. Now I want to explore how this universal recognition of your readiness is already translating into tangible shifts in your reality. There's a specific mechanism through which your demonstrated resilience is being converted into the prosperity heading your way. It begins with understanding the universal language of energy and how your unique frequency is now broadcasting a powerful invitation to abundance. If you recognize yourself in what I'm describing, if you've felt that unshakable conviction despite all evidence to the contrary, type "I am chosen" in the comments below. Let's acknowledge the journey that has prepared you for what's coming. Let's talk about what this cosmic check really represents. When I say the universe has signed your check, I'm referring to something far more comprehensive than just financial wealth. This divine accounting system tracks every denied opportunity, every closed door, every dream that seemed to slip through your fingers. It's been tallying up all those moments when you deserved abundance but experienced limitation instead. Think of it as a spiritual ledger that's been meticulously recording your journey. Every time you maintained your integrity when taking shortcuts would have been easier. Every instance you helped others despite your own struggles, every moment you chose faith over fear, all of it has been documented in this universal accounting system. And now, a significant return on that investment is due to you. The hidden truth most people never grasp is that nothing, absolutely nothing in your journey has been wasted. Those painful transformations that felt like they were breaking you, they were actually breaking open new capacities within you. Those lessons that came at such a high price. They were installing wisdom that money simply cannot buy, that growth that seemed painfully slow. It was building a foundation solid enough to support the massive abundance heading your way. Ready to continue this abundance journey? Subscribe now to access more powerful teachings on how to align with your divine prosperity. Each video builds upon the last to expand your wealth consciousness. Joseph Murphy understood this profound principle of energetic return when he taught that the universe operates through exact spiritual laws. Everything you've invested in yourself, every tear, every moment of perseverance, every difficult choice in the direction of your highest good is about to return to you multiplied. It's not wishful thinking, it's the precise operation of universal law. Behind the scenes of your visible reality, this accounting has been ongoing. While you were focusing on survival, the universe was calculating your eventual thriving. While you were wondering if you'd ever break through, cosmic forces were already arranging your breakthrough. The revelations coming your way will demonstrate that your difficult path wasn't a detour. It was the exact route needed to prepare you for sustainable abundance. This principle operates like compound interest in the spiritual realm. Each challenge you overcame didn't just build your character, it created energetic momentum. Each lesson you integrated didn't just expand your wisdom, it elevated your frequency. The cumulative impact of your journey has created a magnetic pull that's now drawing unprecedented opportunities toward you. The mindset shift required now is to recognize that your past difficulties weren't punishments, but preparations. They weren't meant to diminish you, but to distinguish you. Everyone wants abundance, but few develop the spiritual capacity to maintain it. Your unique path has given you precisely that capacity, the ability to not just receive prosperity, but to sustain and multiply it. I want to explore the specific mechanisms through which this universal principle operates in your daily life. There's a profound connection between your past experiences and the particular forms of abundance now making their way to you. The universe doesn't send random blessings. It sends precisely calibrated returns that match your unique energetic signature. If you're feeling a resonance with this principle of energetic return, write, "My return is coming," in the comments below. Acknowledge that nothing in your journey has been wasted. One of the most profound revelations I've encountered in my journey is that the waiting period, that space between asking and receiving, is actually the most challenging part of the manifestation process. It's during this time that most people abandon ship, never realizing they were just 3 feet from gold. Think about that for a moment. The very point where you feel like giving up is often precisely when you're on the edge of your breakthrough. This critical juncture is where the transformation truly happens. It's like a test the universe administers to see if you're serious about your desires. Are you willing to maintain faith when there's no physical evidence supporting it? Can you hold the vision when reality seems to be contradicting everything you're believing for? This is where the spiritual muscle of patience develops, not the passive waiting of someone with no options, but the active, expectant waiting of someone who understands the behind-the-scenes processes at work. The hidden truth that Joseph Murphy so brilliantly illuminated in his teachings is that what appears as delay in our human experience is actually divine orchestration in the universal realm. Your timeline and the universe's timeline operate on different frequencies. You're thinking about your next bill payment. The universe is thinking about your next 20 years. You're focused on solving today's problem. The universe is positioning you for sustainable prosperity that won't create 10 new problems tomorrow. Every closed door you've encountered, every opportunity that didn't materialize, every relationship that didn't work out, every business venture that didn't succeed, was actually protecting you from paths that weren't aligned with your highest good. Those weren't failures. They were cosmic course corrections. The universe saw something you couldn't see and redirected you, even when that redirection felt like rejection or loss. Even your financial struggles have served a profound purpose in this journey. They've taught you to value abundance in ways that those who've never experienced limitation cannot understand. They've helped you develop discernment about how you'll use the resources coming your way. They've clarified your priorities and values. The impact of these lessons creates a foundation for wealth that's sustainable rather than fleeting. The mindset. Revolution happens when you stop seeing delays as denials and start recognizing them as divine recalibrations. Your breakthrough isn't late. It's being perfected. It's gathering all the elements needed to manifest in the most beneficial way for your unique journey. While you've been wondering when it will happen, the universe has been determining how it will happen for your greatest good. This shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of anxiety during the waiting period, you experience anticipation. Instead of doubt, you cultivate deeper trust. Instead of obsessing over when, you focus on becoming the person who can receive and maintain what's coming. The revelations about timing that emerge from this perspective transform waiting from passive frustration into active preparation. Let me show you how to navigate this waiting period with a completely different approach, one that actually accelerates your manifestation rather than delays it. There's a specific frequency that aligns you with divine timing, enabling you to cooperate with the universal forces already working on your behalf, instead of resisting them through impatience. If you've been in this waiting period and suddenly feel a new perspective emerging, write divine timing in the comments. Acknowledge that your breakthrough isn't late, it's being perfected. Think about lottery winners for a moment. Studies show that nearly 70% of them go broke within a few years. They receive massive financial windfalls, but lack the consciousness to maintain that abundance. It's like pouring water into a container full of holes. No matter how much you add, it eventually drains away. This revelation illuminates the hidden purpose behind your financial challenges. They haven't been random hardships. They've been deliberate training to develop the wealth consciousness you'll need to sustain the abundance that's coming your way. Your struggles have been building a solid foundation, teaching you to value resources, make wise decisions, and understand the energy of money in ways that those who've never experienced limitation simply cannot comprehend. This transformation of your financial mindset is actually more valuable than the money itself, because it ensures that when abundance arrives, you won't just receive it, you'll multiply it and maintain it. Behind the scenes of your visible life, the universe has been conducting a profound assessment. During your seasons of scarcity, it has been observing your character with remarkable attentiveness. Think about this. It's easy to be generous when you have excess, but you've shown generosity even when you had genuine need. It's easy to be kind when life is going well, but you've demonstrated kindness even during your hardest moments. It's easy to maintain integrity when doing the right thing costs you nothing, but you've chosen the high road even when taking shortcuts would have solved your problems faster. Perhaps most importantly, you've maintained faith despite having every logical reason to surrender it. When the evidence before your eyes contradicted what you believed in your heart, you still chose to believe. The impact of these choices has not gone unnoticed. The universe doesn't just observe these qualities, it rewards them, not as some cosmic pat on the back, but because these qualities themselves are the energetic foundation upon which sustainable abundance is built. This is the journey that most manifestation teachings miss entirely. They focus on techniques and affirmations without addressing the character development that makes those practices effective. The revelations that Joseph Murphy shared about this process went far deeper than just positive thinking. He understood that prosperity is as much about who you are as what you do. Your experiences have been developing something invaluable within you, a prosperity consciousness that's anchored in substance rather than wishful thinking. The mindset you've developed through adversity has prepared you to be a proper steward of the abundance heading your way. You won't squander it because you know the value of every dollar. You won't misuse it because you understand its purpose. You won't lose it because you've built the character needed to maintain it. I want to explore how this character development translates into specific forms of abundance in your life. There's a direct correlation between the qualities you've demonstrated during scarcity and the unique ways prosperity will manifest for you. The universe doesn't send generic blessings. It sends precisely calibrated returns that match the specific virtues you've displayed during your most challenging moments. If you're recognizing how your challenges have actually been preparing you for sustainable abundance, write "Ready for my abundance" in the comments. Acknowledge that you're not just ready to receive, you're ready to become a channel of prosperity that blesses others. Do you think the universe is casual about keeping records? Let me assure you, it maintains the most precise accounting system imaginable. Every act of kindness, every moment of perseverance, every decision aligned with your highest good has been meticulously documented in the cosmic ledger. Nothing, absolutely nothing, has gone unnoticed. This revelation transforms how we understand spiritual cause and effect. The universe doesn't just observe your journey, it tracks every detail with perfect accuracy. The hidden truth that Joseph Murphy understood so profoundly is that this universal accounting system operates on principles of multiplication, not just equal exchange. The return on your spiritual investment won't merely match what you've given. It will exceed it in ways that will genuinely astonish you. Think of it as spiritual compound interest that has been accumulating behind the scenes while you've been focusing on just making it through each day. The universe doesn't think in terms of adequate compensation. It thinks in terms of overwhelming abundance. This is where your journey takes an unexpected but thrilling turn. The channels through which this abundance arrives will likely surprise you completely. While you've been fixated on one potential source, perhaps a promotion, a specific business opportunity, or a particular investment, the universe has been coordinating multiple pathways of blessing that haven't even crossed your mind. The mindset shift required now is to release your attachment to how your breakthrough should happen and open yourself to the infinite creativity of universal intelligence. The impact of this openness cannot be overstated. Most people limit their abundance by insisting it arrive through familiar channels. They pray for financial increase, but reject opportunities that don't match their preconceptions. They ask for doors to open, but walk past unexpected doorways because they don't look like what they imagined. The transformative decision is to trust the universe's methods even when, especially when, they don't align with your limited vision of how abundance should manifest. Behind the scenes of your visible reality, cosmic forces are orchestrating synchronicities and connections that will seem almost miraculous when you look back on them. A chance meeting that leads to a life-changing opportunity, an unexpected idea that evolves into a profitable venture, a random conversation that connects you with exactly the right person at exactly the right moment. These aren't coincidences. They're carefully coordinated divine appointments designed to deliver your abundance in the most beneficial way for your unique journey. The revelation most people miss is that prosperity rarely arrives in packages we expect. The universe's imagination vastly exceeds our own. Your human mind can only envision possibilities based on your past experiences and current knowledge. But the universe isn't limited by either. It sees pathways and opportunities that your conscious mind simply cannot perceive from your current vantage point. It's orchestrating a masterpiece while you're still sketching possibilities. I want to explore the specific signs that indicate your abundance is already in motion. Subtle indicators that most people miss entirely because they're looking in the wrong direction. There's a particular pattern that emerges just before a major breakthrough, a constellation of seemingly unrelated events that are actually the universe, positioning you for unprecedented prosperity. If you're feeling a shift in your perspective about how abundance might arrive in your life, write "open to unexpected blessings" in the comments. Acknowledge that you're releasing your limited vision of how your breakthrough should happen. Let me share something that might completely transform how you view possibility. Your human mind, remarkable as it is, can only imagine futures based on what you've already experienced or learned about. It's like trying to envision a color you've never seen before, nearly impossible. But here's the revelation that changes everything. The universe isn't bound by the limitations of your past experiences or current knowledge. The cosmic imagination operates on an entirely different level, perceiving pathways and possibilities that your conscious mind simply cannot grasp from where you stand now. This explains why so many spiritual teachers throughout history have emphasized surrender as a critical component of manifestation. It's not about giving up your dreams, it's about releasing your attachment to how those dreams should materialize. The mindset shift required is profound. Can you trust that the universe's plan for your prosperity might be infinitely more creative and beneficial than anything you could design with your limited perspective? Can you embrace the journey, even when it doesn't match the map you drew for yourself? Behind the scenes of manifestation, this willingness to receive in unexpected ways dramatically accelerates your breakthrough. When you loosen your grip on the how and focus instead on the essence of what you're calling in, you create space for miracles that exceed your imagination. The universe responds to this openness by revealing opportunities you never even knew to look for, doorways to abundance you would have walked right past if you remained fixated on your own limited vision. Now, let me reveal one of the most overlooked aspects of the manifestation journey, the small tests that precede major breakthroughs. This is where most people unknowingly block their blessings. Before sending the big check your way, the universe first sends small opportunities to demonstrate your readiness. These seemingly minor moments are actually critical evaluations of your abundance consciousness. The universe might send you $1 to see if you'll receive it with the same gratitude you'd show for 1,000. It might present a small opportunity to see if you'll take decisive action or dismiss it as insignificant. It might create a situation where someone needs help to see if your heart remains open to giving, even while you're waiting to receive. These aren't obstacles on your path to abundance. They're confirmation points proving you're ready for more. The impact of how you respond to these small tests cannot be overstated. When you treat minor blessings with profound appreciation, when you recognize the value in modest beginnings, when you maintain generosity even during your waiting period, you're demonstrating a prosperity consciousness that can be trusted with greater abundance. You're showing the universe that you won't take your blessings for granted, that you understand the spiritual principles governing increase. This revelation transforms how you navigate your daily experience. Suddenly, everything becomes significant. That unexpected refund, that small gift, that minor opportunity, these aren't random occurrences but cosmic evaluations. The decisions you make in these moments directly affect how quickly and in what measure your major breakthrough will manifest. I want to explore the specific qualities the universe is looking for in these tests, the particular responses that signal your readiness for unprecedented abundance. There's a specific frequency of receptivity that aligns you with prosperity consciousness, enabling you to pass these evaluations with flying colors and accelerate the manifestation of your biggest blessings. If you're starting to recognize the small tests that have been appearing in your life recently, write, "I see the tests," in the comments. Acknowledge that you understand these moments aren't coincidental, but purposeful preparation for your breakthrough. Here's one of the most liberating revelations you'll ever encounter on your spiritual journey. Your current circumstances are not your reality. Let me say that again because it's so profound. What you're experiencing right now, the balance in your bank account, the struggles you're facing, the limitations that seem so solid and immovable, these are just temporary conditions, not your permanent reality. They're like clouds passing across the sky, not the sky itself. Your true reality exists in what quantum physicists and spiritual masters both recognize as the field of infinite possibilities, that dimensional space where everything exists in potential before it manifests in physical form. In this quantum realm, your prosperous future isn't something that needs to be created. It already exists in completed form, simply waiting for you to align your frequency with it and draw it into your physical experience. This isn't metaphysical wishful thinking. It's supported by the most advanced understanding of how our universe actually operates. The transformation begins when you stop identifying with your current conditions and start recognizing them as just a single frame in the movie of your life, not the whole story. The decisions you make from this perspective are entirely different. Instead of reacting to limitations as if they're permanent, you respond to them as passing scenes while maintaining connection to the abundant reality that's already yours in the quantum field. This mindset shift doesn't deny your current experience, it simply puts it in proper perspective. What you're navigating right now is what I call the gap. That challenging space between where you stand and where you're headed. It's the most difficult terrain on the manifestation journey because it requires you to hold two seemingly contradictory truths simultaneously: the honest acknowledgement of your present circumstances and the unwavering faith in a future that contradicts everything those circumstances suggest is possible. Living in this gap tests your spiritual resolve like nothing else. The hidden truth about this gap period is that it's where your consciousness undergoes its most profound expansion. It's where you develop the capacity to believe beyond evidence, to maintain vision despite contradiction, to speak abundance while facing limitation. The impact of this consciousness development extends far beyond financial increase. It fundamentally alters how you experience reality on every level. Your current financial situation, the job you may dislike, the doubts expressed by those around you, none of these reflect the vision the universe holds for your life. Behind the scenes of your visible reality, cosmic forces are holding a blueprint for your prosperity that vastly exceeds anything your current conditions would suggest is possible. The revelations awaiting you when this blueprint begins manifesting will astonish even you, especially you. This gap experience isn't punishment, it's preparation. It's not meant to discourage you, but to develop you into someone who can sustain the abundance that's coming. Many people pray for prosperity, but haven't developed the inner capacity to maintain it. When it arrives, the journey through the gap ensures you're not just ready to receive your blessing, but ready to become a blessing, a channel through which abundance flows, rather than a mere endpoint where it terminates. I want to explore the specific techniques that transform how you navigate this gap period, practical approaches that maintain your connection to your quantum reality, even while dealing with challenging circumstances. There are particular frequencies of thought and emotion that accelerate your alignment with the prosperity already created for you in the field of infinite possibilities. If you recognize yourself as someone currently navigating the gap between your present circumstances and your destined abundance, write "crossing my gap" in the comments. Acknowledge that you're in this sacred space of transformation. Living in this gap isn't just challenging, it's a daily test of your spiritual conviction. Each morning you wake up to circumstances that directly contradict the abundance you're believing for. Each decision point presents an opportunity to either align with your visible reality or your invisible truth. This constant tension between what you can see and what you believe creates the perfect crucible for profound personal transformation. The revelations that emerge during this period aren't theoretical, they're forged through lived experience. This is where you discover whether your faith is merely a concept or a genuine force capable of overriding sensory evidence. The mindset revolution happens when you realize that this gap isn't just something to endure until your breakthrough arrives. It's actually the sacred space where you become someone capable of sustaining that breakthrough when it comes. Behind the scenes of your conscious awareness, this period is separating wishful thinking from active creation. Many people dabble in manifestation principles without fully committing to the inner work required. They want the results without the transformation, the destination without the journey. But you've demonstrated something different. You've shown willingness to remain in this uncomfortable space, allowing it to reshape your consciousness rather than merely trying to escape it as quickly as possible. This pattern of temporary isolation and testing isn't unique to you. It appears consistently throughout history in the lives of every significant spiritual figure. Moses spent 40 years in the wilderness before leading his people to freedom. Jesus faced 40 days of temptation before beginning his ministry. Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, refusing to move until he attained enlightenment. Joseph Murphy himself experienced periods of profound challenge before emerging with the wisdom that would transform millions of lives. The impact of recognizing this pattern cannot be overstated. What you're experiencing isn't some cosmic punishment or evidence that manifestation principles don't work. It's actually confirmation that you're on the hero's journey that all chosen ones must travel. This wilderness period isn't a detour from your path to abundance. It's the actual path itself, developing within you the necessary spiritual strength to fulfill your unique purpose. The decisions you make during this time create the foundation for everything that follows. This isn't merely about financial increase. It's about becoming someone whose relationship with abundance is sustainable rather than fleeting. The universe isn't just preparing a blessing for you, it's preparing you for the blessing. It's ensuring that when prosperity arrives, you'll be equipped to channel it effectively rather than being overwhelmed or corrupted by it. The transformation occurring within you now is actually more valuable than the material abundance headed your way. You're developing discernment that money can't buy, wisdom that education can't provide, and spiritual resilience that comfort could never produce. These qualities will serve you long after the initial excitement of your breakthrough has faded, enabling you to navigate prosperity with integrity and purpose. I want to explore the specific qualities being developed in you during this wilderness period. There's a particular kind of spiritual maturity that emerges only through this challenging space, a depth of character that cannot be acquired through easy paths or comfortable journeys. Understanding these qualities helps you cooperate with the process rather than resisting it. If you recognize this wilderness period as a necessary part of your hero's journey rather than a meaningless struggle, write "Embracing my wilderness" in the comments. Acknowledge that you're not just waiting for your breakthrough, you're being prepared for it. Now let's discuss something that might revolutionize your approach to manifestation completely. The concept of energetic hygiene isn't just some abstract spiritual theory. It's a practical necessity for anyone serious about attracting abundance. Every single thing you consume throughout your day, the news you watch, the music you listen to, the conversations you participate in, the people you spend time with, all of this is energy that directly impacts your vibrational frequency. This isn't metaphysical fluff, it's the hidden mechanics of how reality operates at its most fundamental level. Think about it this way. Would you pour dirty water into a crystal-clear spring and expect it to remain pure? Of course not. Yet many people immerse themselves in low vibrational content all day, doom-scrolling through negative news, engaging in gossip and complaint-filled conversations, surrounding themselves with chronically pessimistic people, and then wonder why their manifestation efforts aren't bearing fruit. The transformation begins when you recognize that your consciousness is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built, and protecting its clarity becomes your highest priority. Behind the scenes of your visible reality, your energetic frequency is broadcasting a continuous signal to the universe. The decisions you make about what you allow into your mental and emotional space directly determine the quality of that signal. When you consciously curate your environment, choosing uplifting music, consuming content that expands rather than contracts your consciousness, engaging in conversations that energize rather than deplete you, you're literally tuning your frequency to align with abundance rather than lack. This leads to one of the most powerful revelations about manifestation. Your words carry creative force that literally shapes your reality. Joseph Murphy understood this profound truth when he wrote about the power of spoken affirmations. Every time you make statements like, "I can't afford this," or "money always slips through my fingers," or "I'm so broke," you're not just describing your current situation. You're actually placing a cosmic order for more of the same. The impact of this understanding is life-changing when fully grasped. The mindset shift required isn't about denying your current financial reality. It's about refusing to identify with it as permanent. There's a world of difference between saying "I'm broke" and saying "I'm experiencing a temporary financial challenge." One statement anchors lack as your identity. The other acknowledges circumstances while maintaining your connection to abundance. Your subconscious mind is listening to every word you speak, and it works tirelessly to create evidence supporting whatever identity you claim. This isn't about empty positive thinking or pretending challenges don't exist. It's about making a conscious decision to speak life over your finances even when, especially when, your current circumstances contradict those declarations. Statements like, "Money flows to me easily," "I am a magnet for abundance," and "the universe always provides for me," might seem like wishful thinking initially, but they're actually reprogramming your subconscious beliefs, which then begin reorganizing your external reality to match this new internal blueprint. I want to explore the specific language patterns that accelerate your alignment with abundance and those that unconsciously perpetuate lack. There's a particular way of speaking about your financial reality that honors your present circumstances while simultaneously invoking the prosperity that's making its way to you. If you're recognizing how your words might have been unconsciously blocking your abundance, write "watching my words" in the comments. Acknowledge the creative power of your language and your commitment to speaking in alignment with prosperity rather than lack. Let me share a revelation that might completely transform your relationship with your current financial situation. There's a profound difference between acknowledging your financial limitations and identifying with them. When you say, "I'm broke," you're not just describing your circumstances. You're claiming that state as your identity. But when you say, "I'm in a temporary financial season," you maintain your true identity as an abundant being who's simply passing through challenging circumstances. This subtle shift in language reflects a fundamental transformation in consciousness. It's the difference between seeing yourself as inherently limited and seeing yourself as inherently abundant, despite temporary evidence to the contrary. The impact of this distinction extends far beyond semantics. It determines whether your current situation becomes a permanent reality or a passing experience on your journey to prosperity. Behind the scenes of manifestation, your subconscious mind is constantly scanning your thoughts, feelings, and especially your words to determine your core beliefs about yourself and reality. When you identify with lack, claiming it as who you are rather than what you're temporarily experiencing, your subconscious accepts this as instruction about your fundamental nature and works tirelessly to maintain consistency with that identity. The revelations that emerge when you understand this mechanism explain why so many remain trapped in cycles of lack, despite their best efforts to change their circumstances. Now here's where Joseph Murphy's teachings become particularly powerful. Even when your current financial reality contradicts every word, speaking declarations of abundance consistently reprograms your subconscious blueprint. Statements like, "Money flows to me easily," "I'm a magnet for abundance," and "the universe always provides for me" might initially feel like fiction, but they're actually establishing new neural pathways in your brain and new energetic patterns in your field. The mindset revolution happens when you understand that these declarations aren't just positive thinking, they're instructions to your subconscious mind, which then begins reorganizing your perceptions, decisions, and actions to align with this new programming. The journey from lack to abundance begins not when your circumstances change, but when your self-concept transforms from someone defined by limitation to someone temporarily experiencing limitation on their path to prosperity. This approach doesn't deny reality or encourage financial irresponsibility. You can fully acknowledge your current circumstances while simultaneously refusing to let those circumstances define your identity. You can take practical action to address financial challenges while maintaining an internal narrative of abundance rather than scarcity. This integration of spiritual practice with practical action creates the most powerful catalyst for transformation. I want to explore the specific declarations that most effectively reprogram your abundance consciousness. There's a particular frequency of language that resonates most powerfully with prosperity energy, rapidly shifting your subconscious from scarcity programming to abundance programming. Understanding these precise vibrations allows you to accelerate your alignment with the prosperity that's already yours in the quantum field. If you're committed to shifting your language from identification with lack to acknowledgement of temporary circumstances while maintaining an abundant identity, write "speaking abundance" in the comments. Recognize that your words are literally creating your reality in every moment. Let me dispel one of the most dangerous myths about manifestation. The idea that you can simply visualize abundance, recite a few affirmations, and then passively wait for the universe to deliver your desires while you binge-watch manifestation videos on your couch. This misunderstanding has kept countless people stuck in wishful thinking rather than genuine creation. The hidden truth is that manifestation isn't a spectator sport. It's a collaborative dance between your intentions and your actions. The universe operates on the principle of co-creation, not magical delivery. Yes, cosmic forces are absolutely working on your behalf, orchestrating circumstances and connections you couldn't possibly arrange on your own. But these forces expect partnership, not passivity. They meet you halfway, but they wait for you to take the first step, to demonstrate through action, not just words, that you're serious about the abundance you're claiming. The decisions you make each day either align you with or separate you from your desired prosperity. The universe responds not just to your thoughts and words, but to your movements. Inspired action, steps taken from a place of alignment rather than anxiety, creates an energetic momentum that the universe then amplifies. This partnership between human effort and divine support creates the most powerful catalyst for transformation. Behind the scenes of successful manifestation is a willingness to venture beyond the boundaries of your comfort zone. The abundance you're seeking lives outside the territory you've already explored. If it existed within your current patterns and behaviors, you would have already experienced it. This revelation can be uncomfortable, but also incredibly liberating. Your breakthrough requires you to become someone new, not just to receive something new. The mindset revolution happens when you recognize that the opportunities leading to your abundance might initially appear intimidating rather than inviting. They might require you to invest in yourself when that feels financially uncomfortable. They might demand that you develop skills you don't currently possess. They might call you to connect with people outside your existing circles. The impact of embracing these challenges rather than avoiding them cannot be overstated. It literally determines whether your manifestation remains a fantasy or becomes your reality. Joseph Murphy understood this principle profoundly when he taught about the law of increase. He recognized that the universe responds not just to your desires, but to your demonstrations. When you take action that stretches you, even small steps beyond your familiar territory, You signal to the universe that you're ready for expansion in all areas, including your finances. This creates an energetic resonance that attracts corresponding opportunities. Think about it this way. If you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. Breakthrough, by definition, requires breaking through something, specifically the limitations of your current patterns and comfort zones. The journey to unprecedented abundance inevitably includes unfamiliar terrain. The question isn't whether this journey will challenge you, but whether you'll recognize those challenges as obstacles or opportunities for growth. I want to explore the specific qualities that distinguish inspired action from busy motion, the particular frequency of movement that aligns you with abundance, rather than just depleting your energy. There's a way of engaging with opportunities that magnetically attracts prosperity while simultaneously expanding your capacity to receive it. If you're recognizing the need to match your abundant words with corresponding actions, write "taking inspired action" in the comments. Acknowledge that your movements, not just your thoughts, are critical components of your manifestation. Let me share a metaphor that perfectly captures this principle of co-creation. The universe is indeed delivering your cosmic check, but you must be willing to check the mailbox. Think about that for a moment. The abundance you're seeking is being sent to you through divine channels, but if you never position yourself to receive it, if you never take those steps to where the opportunity awaits, it remains unclaimed. This isn't about the universe withholding your blessings. It's about your readiness to participate in their delivery. This metaphor illuminates the hidden mechanics behind manifestation. Behind the scenes of prosperity, there's a delicate dance between divine timing and human positioning. The universe orchestrates the perfect circumstances, connections, and opportunities, but it expects you to be spiritually alert enough to recognize them and practically prepared enough to receive them. The revelations that emerge from this understanding transform how you navigate your daily life, suddenly making every interaction, every impression, and every idea potentially significant. The decisions you make about where to direct your attention, what actions to take, and how to interpret your experiences all determine whether you're positioned at the mailbox or hiding inside watching manifestation videos while your abundance sits undelivered. This isn't about frantic activity or desperate searching. It's about aligned awareness and responsive movement. It's about developing the spiritual discernment to recognize your delivery when it arrives, even if it comes in unexpected packaging. Now let me share something that might completely transform your manifestation practice. Gratitude isn't just a nice spiritual sentiment, it's actually the most powerful frequency shifter available to you. When you're genuinely grateful for what you currently have, regardless of how modest it might seem, you literally alter your energetic vibration in ways that magnetically attract greater abundance. This isn't metaphysical theory. It's been validated by numerous studies, showing how gratitude physically changes your brain chemistry and electromagnetic field. The impact of this practice cannot be overstated. Lack consciousness, that persistent focus on what's missing, what's not enough, what you don't have yet, actually repels prosperity. It broadcasts a frequency of insufficiency that the universe simply echoes back to you. But gratitude consciousness, the genuine appreciation for even the smallest blessings in your life, signals to the universe your readiness to receive more. It demonstrates that you can be trusted with abundance because you recognize and appreciate it, even in its smallest forms. Joseph Murphy understood this principle profoundly when he taught that gratitude is the open door to abundance. He recognized that appreciation isn't just a response to prosperity, it's actually a catalyst for it. The mindset shift required isn't waiting until you have enough to be grateful, but rather understanding that gratitude for what you already have is precisely what expands your capacity to receive more. The transformation begins when you stop viewing gratitude as something you'll practice after your breakthrough and start recognizing it as the very pathway to your breakthrough. Your appreciation for the roof over your head, the food on your table, the air in your lungs, the opportunities you've already been given. This isn't just positive thinking. It's actively aligning your frequency with abundance rather than scarcity. I want to explore the specific gratitude practices that most powerfully shift your vibrational signature. There's a particular approach to appreciation that goes beyond superficial thankfulness and taps into the profound truth of abundance that exists even within apparent limitation. If you're experiencing a new awareness about the transformative power of gratitude in your manifestation practice, share "Gratitude Activates Abundance" in the comments. Acknowledge that appreciation isn't just a response to prosperity, but a powerful attractor of it. Here's where most gratitude practices fall short. They become mechanical exercises rather than transformative experiences. Many people approach gratitude as a daily task, dutifully listing things they're thankful for without actually feeling the appreciation in their bodies. But the hidden truth is that genuine gratitude isn't an intellectual exercise, it's a full-body experience. The power doesn't lie in the list you create, but in the feeling you generate while creating it. When you actually pause to feel gratitude, when you allow that warm sensation to spread through your chest, when you let appreciation wash over you like a wave, you create an electromagnetic frequency that's measurable with scientific instruments. This embodied feeling operates as a magnetic force in the quantum field, literally attracting corresponding experiences at an accelerated rate. The mindset revolution happens when you shift from thinking grateful thoughts to becoming gratitude in physical form. Behind the scenes of manifestation, this feeling state communicates more powerfully with the universe than all your vision boards, affirmations, and intentions combined. The universe responds not to your words about appreciation, but to the actual vibration of appreciation emanating from your being. This revelation transforms gratitude from a nice spiritual practice into a deliberate manifestation technology, a precise frequency adjustment that aligns you with abundance. Now let me share something that might initially seem counterintuitive, but has the power to completely revolutionize your prosperity consciousness. When you're experiencing financial limitation, giving becomes one of the most powerful actions you can take. Yes, you read that correctly. Giving when you appear to have little creates an energetic vacuum that the universe rushes to fill. This isn't magical thinking. It's based on the principle that energy must maintain equilibrium. The impact of this practice can be profound. When you give from a genuine place, even something as simple as a few dollars, your time, your skills, or your attention, you make a powerful declaration to the universe. You're essentially saying, "I trust in the flow of abundance so completely that I'm willing to participate in it even before I see evidence of my own increase." This demonstration of faith creates an energetic opening that prosperity naturally flows toward. Joseph Murphy recognized this principle when he taught that the universe operates as a flow rather than a storage unit. Abundance is meant to circulate, not accumulate. The decisions you make about sharing what you have, regardless of how modest it might seem, directly affect how abundance flows to you. Holding tightly to limited resources due to fear actually constricts the very channel through which more would arrive. The transformation occurs when you shift from seeing giving as something you'll do after you receive your big breakthrough to recognizing it as a catalyst that actually accelerates that breakthrough. This isn't about reckless financial decisions or ignoring practical realities. It's about finding ways to remain in the flow of generosity even during seasons of apparent limitation. Think about how water behaves. When it's dammed up, it becomes stagnant. But when it's flowing freely, it remains fresh and vibrant. Your abundance operates according to the same principle. When you maintain an outward flow, even a small one, during challenging financial seasons, you ensure that the channel remains open for greater prosperity to flow toward you. I want to explore the specific approaches to giving that most powerfully align you with abundance consciousness. There's a particular way of sharing that transcends mere charity and becomes a transformative practice that fundamentally alters your relationship with prosperity. If you've experienced the paradoxical power of giving during seasons of limitation, share. Giving opens the flow in the comments. Acknowledge this profound principle that seems to defy conventional financial wisdom, yet operates at the heart of abundance. Here's a spiritual principle that might completely transform your approach to abundance. It is literally impossible to outgive the universe. No matter how generous you are, cosmic forces will always respond with multiplied return. This isn't some feel-good spiritual platitude, it's the operating system of universal law. The energy you release through genuine giving without expectation creates ripples in the quantum field that inevitably return to you amplified. Try it as an experiment in your own life. Give from a place of authentic care rather than strategic calculation. Give without requiring recognition or immediate reciprocation. Give simply because giving aligns you with the natural flow of abundance. Then watch what happens, not with expectation, but with curious awareness. The revelations that emerge from this practice will likely astonish you, demonstrating the precise mathematical accuracy with which the universe tracks and responds to your generosity. The impact of understanding this principle goes far beyond occasional acts of charity. It establishes an entirely new relationship with abundance, one where you become a conscious participant in a perpetual cycle of increasing prosperity rather than someone desperately trying to accumulate and hold on to limited resources. Behind the scenes of material reality, this cycle of giving and receiving creates an energetic momentum that consistently expands your capacity for abundance in all forms. Now let me share something crucial about the check that's coming your way. Many people miss their breakthrough entirely because they're looking for it in the wrong form. They're expecting a lottery win, a random inheritance, or some other form of instant, effort-free wealth. But here's the hidden truth. Your cosmic check will often arrive, disguised as an opportunity that requires your participation, creativity, and effort. The universe frequently delivers tools, resources, and connections rather than completed outcomes. It provides the raw materials for you to build your own sustainable abundance streams instead of temporary windfalls. The mindset transformation happens when you stop waiting for money to fall from the sky and start recognizing the disguised opportunities that are already presenting themselves in your life. This approach to abundance is actually far more beneficial for your journey. While a sudden windfall might temporarily change your circumstances, an opportunity to create your own prosperity stream permanently changes you. It develops capacities within you that ensure your abundance isn't just a one-time event, but an ongoing experience. The decisions you make when facing these opportunities, whether you recognize and embrace them or dismiss them because they require effort, directly determine whether your breakthrough manifests or remains potential. Joseph Murphy understood this principle profoundly when he taught about the law of increase. He recognized that the universe often provides seeds rather than fruit, the potential for abundance rather than abundance in completed form. These seeds require your nurturing, your attention, and your effort to grow into the prosperity you're seeking. The journey of cultivation becomes as valuable as the harvest itself, developing within you the consciousness needed to sustain wealth. I want to explore how to recognize these disguised opportunities when they appear in your life. There are specific signals and synchronicities that indicate when the universe is delivering your check in the form of potential rather than finished product. Developing the discernment to spot these divine deliveries transforms your entire experience of manifestation. If you're recognizing that your breakthrough might already be present in your life in the form of an opportunity rather than instant wealth, share "I recognize my opportunity" in the comments. Acknowledge that you're open to prosperity in all its forms, even those requiring your participation. Let me share a perspective that might fundamentally alter how you view your current circumstances. The universe isn't some distant, neutral observer of your manifestation efforts. It's an active, invested participant in your prosperity journey. Right now, even as you watch this video, cosmic forces are working diligently on your behalf, arranging circumstances in your favor, orchestrating beneficial connections, and removing obstacles you aren't even aware exist. This isn't wishful spiritual thinking, it's the actual mechanics of how universal intelligence operates in relation to your life. Think about it this way: the universe isn't just responding to your request for abundance, it's collaborating with you to create it. It's moving pieces on a cosmic chessboard that you can't even see from your limited vantage point. It's having conversations about you in rooms you haven't yet been invited to enter. It's preparing people to say yes to you before you even ask the question. The revelation here is that you're never truly alone in your manifestation journey. You have the most powerful force in existence as your unseen partner. The impact of this understanding transforms how you navigate challenging seasons, when doors seem closed, when opportunities appear limited, when your path feels blocked. You can maintain an unshakable confidence that divine orchestration is occurring behind the scenes. The universe isn't working against you or even neutral toward your desires. It's actively conspiring in your favor, creating the perfect conditions for your breakthrough. Joseph Murphy captured this profound truth when he wrote about the law of divine compensation. He understood that universal intelligence is always working to balance energy, to create harmony, to establish equilibrium. When you've experienced limitation, this divine orchestration actively works to bring corresponding abundance into your experience. It's not a question of if this balancing will occur, only when and how. Behind the scenes of your visible reality, a masterpiece of perfect timing is being composed. Connections that seem random, events that appear coincidental, even setbacks that feel like obstacles. All of these are being woven into a tapestry of breakthrough that will eventually leave you in awe. When you look back from the vantage point of your manifested abundance, you'll recognize the brilliant coordination of events that created your success. The mindset transformation happens when you stop seeing yourself as someone desperately trying to make things happen and start recognizing yourself as a co-creator working in partnership with universal forces. This shift doesn't diminish your responsibility for inspired action. It enhances it by placing your efforts within a larger context of divine support. Your actions become more aligned, more intuitive, and ultimately more effective when you understand they're part of a collaborative creation rather than a solo struggle. This awareness changes how you interpret the events of your daily life. What appears as coincidence reveals itself as coordination. What seems like random timing proves to be divine timing. What looks like an unexpected detour turns out to be the perfect route. The journey to your breakthrough isn't a straight line, but a beautifully orchestrated dance between your choices and universal response. I want to explore the specific signs that indicate this divine orchestration is already active in your life. There are particular synchronicities, patterns, and inner promptings that reveal the universe is actively working on your prosperity breakthrough right now, even before you see external evidence of it manifesting. If you're sensing this divine orchestration already at work in your life, arranging circumstances for your breakthrough, write "The universe is working for me" in the comments. Acknowledge this powerful collaboration that's actively creating your prosperity even now. Here's a profound principle that explains why some people receive massive financial breakthroughs only to lose everything shortly after. You can only maintain the level of abundance that your consciousness is prepared to receive. Think about this for a moment. You might pray for $1 million, but if you have what Joseph Murphy called a $100 consciousness, you'll inevitably find ways to sabotage that blessing when it arrives. You'll make poor decisions, trust the wrong people, or somehow return to the financial level that matches your internal blueprint. The hidden truth is that expanding your consciousness must precede expanding your wealth. Your inner capacity determines your outer capacity. This explains why lottery winners so often end up broke within a few years. They received financial increase without the corresponding consciousness expansion needed to sustain it. The mindset revolution happens when you recognize that your most important work isn't chasing money, but developing a prosperity consciousness capable of receiving and maintaining abundance when it arrives. Behind the scenes of manifestation, this consciousness expansion is what your entire journey has been preparing you for. Every financial challenge, every disappointment, every lesson about money, all of these have been gradually stretching your capacity to hold abundance. The transformation isn't just about changing your circumstances, it's about becoming someone who can thrive within new circumstances without sabotaging them through old patterns. Now let me share something that completely reframes the challenges you're currently experiencing. These difficulties aren't punishments, they're preparations. Every test you're facing right now is building your capacity to receive. Every disappointment is teaching you detachment. Every closed door is developing your trust. Every delay is cultivating patience. These experiences aren't random obstacles on your path to abundance. They're the actual path itself, carefully designed to develop the exact qualities you'll need to manage your prosperity when it arrives. The impact of this understanding cannot be overstated. When you recognize your challenges as preparation rather than punishment, you engage with them completely differently. Instead of resisting them with resentment, you lean into them with curiosity. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you ask, "What is this developing in me?" This shift in perspective transforms your relationship with difficulty and accelerates the very breakthrough you're seeking. Joseph Murphy understood this principle deeply when he taught about the law of increase. He recognized that challenges don't indicate abandonment by universal forces, but rather intense training by them. Just as a weightlifter needs resistance to build muscle, you need resistance to build your prosperity consciousness. The revelations that emerge from this understanding explain why those who've faced the greatest financial challenges often become the most powerful creators of sustainable abundance. Think about the specific capacity being built in you right now through your current circumstances. Perhaps you're developing patience through delays. Maybe you're cultivating discernment through disappointments. You might be building resilience through setbacks. These qualities aren't just spiritual virtues, they're practical prerequisites for managing significant wealth without being corrupted or overwhelmed by it. I want to explore the specific ways you can cooperate with this capacity-building process rather than resisting it. There's a particular approach to challenges that extracts their full developmental value, accelerating your consciousness expansion and therefore your readiness to receive unprecedented abundance. If you're beginning to see your current challenges as preparation for prosperity rather than obstacles to it, share "Building My Capacity" in the comments. Acknowledge the profound purpose behind the very difficulties you've been questioning. I want to share something that might bring profound comfort during your challenging times. When your abundance finally materializes, and it will, you'll experience what I call the revelation of purpose. Suddenly, the journey that seemed so confusing, so frustrating, so unnecessarily difficult will make perfect sense. The challenges that appear pointless now will reveal their precise purpose in developing the exact character qualities and wisdom you need to sustain your prosperity. It's like climbing a mountain in dense fog. During the ascent, you can't see more than a few feet ahead. You question the path, wonder if you're lost, and can't understand why certain sections are so treacherous. But when you reach the summit and the fog clears, you can look back and see the entire route. You recognize that the difficult traverse prevented you from falling off a cliff, that the steep section developed the strength needed for the final push, that the winding path, though longer, was actually the only safe route to the top. The impact of this perspective shift is immediate. Instead of resenting your current challenges, you can approach them with a sense of curious anticipation, knowing that their purpose will eventually be revealed, and that they're actively constructing the foundation for your imminent abundance. Behind the scenes of your conscious awareness, these difficulties are crafting precisely the person who can receive, maintain, and multiply the prosperity headed your way. Now let me share a powerful technique that dramatically accelerates your manifestation: visualization infused with emotion. Many people approach visualization as a mental exercise, creating pictures in their mind of what they want to experience. But the hidden truth is that visualization without emotion is like a body without a soul. It lacks the animating force that brings it to life. When you add feeling to your mental pictures, you create a magnetic force that literally pulls your desired future into your present reality. Try this transformative approach. Close your eyes for a moment and see yourself experiencing financial abundance. But don't just watch it like a movie. Feel it. Feel the profound relief of knowing your bills are paid with money to spare. Feel the excitement of being able to support causes you care about. Feel the deep gratitude of being able to help your family. Feel the peace that comes with knowing you're financially secure. These emotions aren't just responses to abundance, they're actually the creative frequency that manifests it. Joseph Murphy understood this principle when he taught about the power of feeling in manifestation. He recognized that your subconscious mind responds more strongly to emotion than to thought alone. When you combine clear mental imagery with corresponding emotions, you create what quantum physicists might call an attractor field, a vibrational signature that the universe recognizes and responds to with remarkable precision. The mindset revolution happens when you stop treating visualization as something you do and start experiencing it as something you embody. When you allow the feelings of your desired reality to wash over you completely, you create an energetic bridge between your current circumstances and your imminent breakthrough. You're literally allowing your future to reach back and touch you in this present moment. I want to explore a specific visualization approach that integrates your whole being, mind, emotion, body, and spirit. There's a particular way of engaging with your desired reality that goes beyond daydreaming and becomes a powerful catalyst for manifestation, bringing your abundance to you with accelerated speed. If you've experienced the power of emotional visualization in your manifestation practice, share "I feel my abundance now" in the comments. Acknowledge that you understand the critical role of emotion in bringing your desires into tangible form. Let me share something profoundly liberating about why you've been chosen for this abundance breakthrough. The universe doesn't select people based on perfection. It selects them based on persistence. This revelation transforms how we understand spiritual selection. It's not the flawless individuals who capture cosmic attention, but those who demonstrate remarkable resilience. those who consistently rise after falling, who refuse to stay down no matter how many times life knocks them over. Think about your own journey. It's likely been marked by multiple setbacks, disappointments and challenges that would have completely defeated others. Yet something within you, that divine spark of determination, has refused to be extinguished. You've continued believing, continued trying, continued moving forward even when every logical reason said to give up. That persistence, not some imagined perfection, is precisely what has marked you for this breakthrough. The hidden truth that Joseph Murphy understood so profoundly is that the universe values transformed pain over avoided pain. Those who never face challenges develop little spiritual muscle, but those who encounter difficulties and transform them into wisdom, compassion and strength, they develop the exact qualities needed to steward significant abundance. The impact of this understanding is immediately liberating. Your struggles haven't disqualified you from prosperity. They've actually been the qualifying process itself. Behind the scenes of your conscious awareness, every time you've chosen to get back up, to try again, to maintain faith despite contradicting evidence, you've been sending powerful signals to universal intelligence. These signals don't just communicate your desire for abundance, they demonstrate your readiness for it. The decisions you've made during your most challenging moments have literally been positioning you for the breakthrough that's now making its way to you. The mindset revolution happens when you stop viewing your imperfections as obstacles to abundance and start recognizing them as the very pathway through which abundance will arrive. Your unique journey, including every mistake, every setback, every apparent failure, has been developing precisely the character needed to receive, maintain, and multiply the prosperity headed your way. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been irrelevant. It's all been preparation. Now let me share something that will transform how you experience your breakthrough when it arrives. When abundance finally manifests in your life, when that check clears, when that opportunity bears fruit, when that financial freedom becomes your reality, remember those still in their gap. Period. Become for others what this message is for you right now, a bearer of hope, a reminder that breakthrough is possible, a living testimony that persistence eventually prevails. This isn't just about spiritual obligation, it's about sustaining your own abundance. The universe operates through flow, not accumulation. When you share your wisdom, your encouragement, and yes, even your resources with those still navigating their wilderness, you actually create the conditions for your prosperity to multiply rather than diminish. The transformation from someone desperately seeking abundance to someone consciously channeling it creates a beautiful cycle that ensures your breakthrough isn't just a momentary experience, but a permanent elevation. I want to explore the specific approaches to abundance sharing that create the most powerful ripple effects. There's a particular way of helping others that doesn't create dependency, but rather empowers them to discover their own path to prosperity, while simultaneously expanding your capacity to receive more. If you're committed to becoming a messenger of hope for others once your breakthrough manifests, share "I will lift others" in the comments. Acknowledge that your journey isn't just about personal prosperity, but about participating in a greater cycle of abundance. Let me share something profoundly liberating about why you've been chosen for this abundance breakthrough. The universe doesn't select people based on perfection. It selects them based on persistence. This revelation transforms how we understand spiritual selection. It's not the flawless individuals who capture cosmic attention, but those who demonstrate remarkable resilience, those who consistently rise after falling, who refuse to stay down no matter how many times life knocks them over. Think about your own journey. It's likely been marked by multiple setbacks, disappointments, and challenges that would have completely defeated others. Yet something within you, that divine spark of determination has refused to be extinguished. You've continued believing, continued trying, continued moving forward even when every logical reason said to give up. That persistence, not some imagined perfection, is precisely what has marked you for this breakthrough. The hidden truth that Joseph Murphy understood so profoundly is that the universe values transformed pain over avoided pain. Those who never face challenges develop little spiritual muscle, but those who encounter difficulties and transform them into wisdom, compassion, and strength, they develop the exact qualities needed to steward significant abundance. The impact of this understanding is immediately liberating. Your struggles haven't disqualified you from prosperity. They've actually been the qualifying process itself. Behind the scenes of your conscious awareness, every time you've chosen to get back up, to try again, to maintain faith despite contradicting evidence, you've been sending powerful signals to universal intelligence. These signals don't just communicate your desire for abundance, they demonstrate your readiness for it. The decisions you've made during your most challenging moments have literally been positioning you for the breakthrough that's now making its way to you. The mindset revolution happens when you stop viewing your imperfections as obstacles to abundance and start recognizing them as the very pathway through which abundance will arrive. Your unique journey, including every mistake, every setback, every apparent failure, has been developing precisely the character needed to receive, maintain, and multiply the prosperity headed your way. Nothing has been wasted, nothing has been irrelevant. It's all been preparation. Now let me share something that will transform how you experience your breakthrough when it arrives. When abundance finally manifests in your life, when that check clears, when that opportunity bears fruit, when that financial freedom becomes your reality, remember those still in their gap period. Become for others what this message is for you right now. A bearer of hope, a reminder that breakthrough is possible, a living testimony that persistence eventually prevails. This isn't just about spiritual obligation, it's about sustaining your own abundance. The universe operates through flow, not accumulation. When you share your wisdom, your encouragement, and yes, even your resources with those still navigating their wilderness, you actually create the conditions for your prosperity to multiply rather than diminish. The transformation from someone desperately seeking abundance to someone consciously channeling it creates a beautiful cycle that ensures your breakthrough isn't just a momentary experience, but a permanent elevation. I want to explore the specific approaches to abundance sharing that create the most powerful ripple effects. There's a particular way of helping others that doesn't create dependency, but rather empowers them to discover their own path to prosperity while simultaneously expanding your capacity to receive more. If you're committed to becoming a messenger of hope for others, once your breakthrough manifests, share "I will lift others" in the comments. Acknowledge that your journey isn't just about personal prosperity, but about participating in a greater cycle of abundance. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to remember something crucial. This message, finding you, wasn't coincidence, it was confirmation. The universe has indeed signed your check, and it's making its way to you right now through channels you might not even be looking at yet. Your part is simply to remain open, to take inspired action, and to trust the divine timing that's orchestrating your breakthrough with perfect precision. If this message resonated with your spirit today, if you felt something shift within you as we spoke, I'd love for you to hit that subscribe button. I'm creating a community of conscious abundance creators here, people who understand that prosperity isn't just about money, but about becoming someone capable of channeling universal abundance in all its forms. I read every single comment, and I'd love to know you made it all the way through by simply writing "My check is coming" below. Your declaration becomes part of your manifestation, a cosmic confirmation of what you're claiming as your truth. That like button is more than just digital feedback. It's actually an energetic signature, a way of acknowledging the connection we've created through this conversation about your imminent prosperity. I've created another video right here that takes these principles even deeper, exploring the exact steps to accelerate your abundance breakthrough. Click it now and continue this journey with me. Your prosperity consciousness is already expanding, and what I'm about to share next will take it to an entirely new level. Until next time, keep your vibration. Your words aligned with abundance, and your heart open to receive all that's already on its way to you. Your breakthrough isn't just coming, it's already here in potential, simply waiting for you to align with it.